Hi, I'm Steven Duncan and I'm here going to talk to you about f-stops today. An f-stop, when you're talking about cameras, is the focal length or the aperture of the camera that you're taking a photo with. Basically speaking, the lower the f-stop number, the lower the depth of field that you get when you're taking a photo, whereas the higher the f-stop number, say like f22, the further the depth of field that you have. And I'll explain that a little bit better in a moment. But first, to illustrate what I'm talking about, I have with me, just in the middle of this forest for some reason, I have an old World War II reconnaissance lens. Now this is really useful because I can show you what the f-stop means physically. Now I'll get a little bit closer here. You notice that I can see straight through this lens. You can see my hand, well, you can't really because it's blurry, but you notice that the hole through the lens is quite large. That means it's a low f-stop number. It's probably about f2.8. Whereas if I stop it down, you'll notice that the hole gets smaller. See? And that is called the aperture of the lens. F-stop high is with a small hole. F-stop low is a large hole. Okay? If you're talking about depth of field, you will be using a low f-stop number, which means your aperture inside your lens is quite dilated or open. If you want a long depth of field, you want your f-stop to be quite closed, or a high f-stop number. Okay? So for example, on a typical lens, your lens might go from f2.8 to f22. If you're looking for a short depth of field, that is something that's in front of you that is in focus, and then everything behind it is blurry, then you want a small f-stop of about 2.8. Whereas if you want, for example, all these trees to be in focus, then you want a high f-stop of, say, f22. Okay? I'll show you what I mean now. Now, usually I wouldn't be using aperture priority, but because I'm talking to you about f-stops and apertures, I've turned my camera to aperture priority. It's now set at f2.8. I'm going to take a photo of this tree right here, or this tree here. This tree, the one with the highlights on it. Can you see that? Okay. I'm going to focus on that tree with the f-stop of 2.8. And this is the result. Okay, you can notice that the tree itself is in focus, whereas all the other trees behind it are out of focus. Now I can take a photo of the same, well, in the direction of the same tree, but change focus to the tree behind it. And now you'll notice that the tree in the foreground is a little bit out of focus. But the tree that I've changed the focus to is now in focus. I'm now going to stop down to about f20, no, not that far, maybe f14. I'm going to take a photo of this bright tree again. You'll notice now that the trees behind it are a little bit more in focus. Okay, I'm going to stop it down even further to go to f22. If I can hold the camera still. Okay, that's f14. Now, you can see that the trees around are a little bit more in focus. Now this is really useful for isolating the subject of your photo from everything else around it. In wedding photography, I always like to have a very low f-stop so that I can take a photo of the couple, whereas the rest of them, everything around them is out of focus. I love coming here to Kaipo Forest for that reason, because the bridal couple just walking through these trees makes an amazing shot when they're in focus and everything else is blurry. Let me show you what I mean. I'm just going to go for a little walk over there. You see that green plant bathed in the light? I'm going to go over here and take a photo of that with a very short f-stop, like a small f-stop of about 2.8. Then I'm going to take the same photo again with a high f-stop. All right, so let's have a look at these photos. On this side, you'll see the photo has isolated the green plant that I just took a photo of. That's because it's got a small f-stop and a low depth of field, or a short depth of field. The short depth of field means that just the plant is in focus and everything else behind it is out of focus. Whereas this image here that I took with the high f-stop, or the high f-stop number of f22, you'll notice that it's not as nice a photo because the green plant is not isolated from the background anymore. Everything else is in focus. It's really it's noisy, it's busy, so it's not a very nice photo. Whereas this image, you can tell a little bit more of a story of the green plant because it's isolated in the photo and it looks really quite pleasing. I'll do the same thing with this log. I'm going to use a leading line down the hill of this log, shooting down, hopefully with the sun flare of the light coming through. Okay, first of all, a low f-stop. That's f2.8. Let's try that a little bit better. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. And the same shot again with an let's go f16. Okay. That's pretty nice too. But I think I prefer the f2.5. That's why you kind of, you put different emphasis on different things when you're taking photos, particularly of landscape stuff. You usually hear landscape photographers talk about using a high f-stop to have everything in focus. But that's not always the case. It always depends on your own artistic sensibility and understanding what you want out of the photo. So this photo here with the low f-stop, f2.8, not much of the trunk is in focus. And this one with the high f-stop, most of it is in focus. And also you get a nice little lens flare with the high f-stop here. So I'm not really sure which one I like better here. Yeah, depends on what you like. So to recap, a low f-stop number of say about 2.8 means that you have a short depth of field. That is, not everything's in focus, just what you're focusing on. Whereas a high f-stop number or small aperture in your lens means more is in focus. And that means that's the longer depth of field, okay? So once again, low f-stop number, f2.8, small amount is in focus, high f-stop number, more is in focus. And that's called the depth of field, the depth of what's in focus. Thank you.